Good day, everyone. May the peace of the Lord be with you. We are gathered here today because we, Rosalie as Malabanan, Jeck, Naco, Ligaya, and Sahot, are given this special opportunity to present the research entitled To Read or Not to Read, Underlying Factors Affecting the Reading Ability of Learners During COVID-19 Pandemic. Rationale. According to recent studies, COVID-19 has caused unprecedented disruption to schooling worldwide. Given the scale of these disruptions, there is substantial concern about learning loss. Students have been away from schools and their teachers, but literacy learning has continued. Most authors explore the fluidity and diversity of literacy events and practices for students and their teachers observed during the recent period of COVID-19 lockdown restrictions. Chamberlain, L. 2020. Given how sudden the schools were and that educators had no opportunity to prepare for remote teaching, disruptions were to be expected. But these relative losses are severe. Students have fallen about a third of a year behind where they should be in terms of reading development. The purpose of the study is to find out what factors affects the reading ability of grade 3 learners at Tagaytay City Central School during the time of COVID-19 pandemic. Findings of the study were proposed action plan that will remedy the increasing slow growth of learners' reading fluency. Key literature. A strong positive bond between homes and schools play an important role in the development and education of children. Jurisic and Winnihivax 2017. There is still concern regarding parental involvement and what constitutes effective parental involvement in the education of students. Sanders and Sheldon 2009. When examining the potential reasons behind the reading-related discrepancies among children and the potential long-term consequences of these reading gaps, one must consider the role that the home literacy environment or HLE plays in the development of children's reading-related skills. Dexter 2013. Methodology. Research design. Quantitative research design. Respondents, parents, 50 of the identified slow readers from grade 3 learners. Sampling technique, purposive sampling. Instrument, research-made questionnaire. Statistical treatment, frequency distribution, percentage, mean, ANOVA, person product, moment correlation. Findings. How are respondents described in terms of educational attainment, daily wage, employment status? Profile of the respondents in terms of educational attainment. College graduate got 7 or 14%, college undergraduate 10 or 20%, high school graduate 16 or 32%, high school undergraduate 6 or 12%, elementary graduate 5 or 10%, and elementary undergraduate 6 or 12%. Profile of the respondents in terms of daily wage. 600 and above got 10 or 20%, 500 to 599 got 7 or 14%, 400 to 499 got 13 or 26%, 300 to 399 got 7 or 14%, and 299 and below got 13 or 26%. Profile of the respondents in terms of employment status. Permanent to regular got 16 or 32%, while the daily basis got 9 or 18%, and the losses contractual got 25 or 50%. What is the reading status of the learners based on the result of the teacher's initial assessment? The reading status of the learners, the struggling reader got 5 or 10%, while the slow reader got 45 or 90%. What are the reasons that affects the reading ability of the learners? Underlying factors affecting the reading ability of learners during COVID-19 pandemic got a weighted mean of 2.41 interpreted as paminsan-minsan. And the two indicators, which are the indicator 1, walang oras ang magulang na magturo ng pagbasa dahil buong araw ang pasok trabaho, got 3.72, interpreted as palagi. And the indicator number 3, kailangan magtrabaho magulang para magkainin ng pamilya, got 3.8, and interpreted as palagi also. Is there a significant difference in the learner's reading status when grouped accordingly to educational attainment, daily wage, employment status? And here's the test of difference on the learner's reading status when grouped according to profile variables. And as shows in the table, that there is a significant difference on the learner's reading status when grouped accordingly to their profile variables. Is there significant relationship between reading status of the learners and the factors that affects the reading ability? So it shows in table that there's no significant relationship between reading status of the learners and the factors that affects their reading ability. Implications. Our research supports the need to remedy the decreasing glow growth of reading fluency grade 3 learners in the Tagaytay City Central School by finding out first what factors affects the reading ability. Our results show that the parents have no time to teach their kids how to read and that parents need to focus with their work to provide for their family. But the findings indicate that the factors that affects the reading ability of the learners were not the only reason on the reading ability during this time of pandemic where face-to-face education is not allowed. This implies that educators must also consider various factors that lead to reading failure, which includes impoverished exposure to language and early literacy activities, lack of adequate instruction, a biological-based risk. It may also be attributed to the different exposures and personal background of the learners which affect the reading ability during COVID-19 pandemic. Efforts should be made to ensure that the teachers manages these factors and understand the need to become optimistic in giving solutions to current situations of the learners. Conclusions. Based on the findings, the following conclusions were drawn. First, parents' educational levels positively influence their children's immediate educational outcomes, while parents' employment patterns can have long-term consequences for their children's development. Less time for mothers to interact with their families tended to reduce children's later educational attainment. Second, slow readers are the target for intervention addressing the issue and to help learners acquire skills in reading. Third, parents' lack of time is the main factor to the reading ability of learners during pandemic. Fourth, learners whose parents achieve higher education attainment assess themselves to have a good reading status compared to those students whose parents have a lower level of education. Fifth, there are various factors that lead to reading failure, which includes impoverished exposure to language and early literacy activities, lack of adequate instruction, or biological-based risk. Recommendation. Based on the results, the researchers are recommending the following. First, teachers must secure students' profiling at the start of the school year to assure that they can properly identify possible learners that are experiencing economic crisis, which could be the possible reason why they're low reading level. Second, immediately address the issue of reading difficulties once concerned learners were identified. Third, provide appropriate reading interventions to learners at risk of reading. Fourth, learners included in the list of slow readers must be provided with proper reading intervention. Fifth, factors that lead to reading failure of the learners except with the family issues must be identified accurately. Six, action plans should be made to address the reading problems of the learners. Thank you.